Welcome to another edition of Eric's Product Reviews. Today I'm doing another video about the SofaBaton U2, and we're going to compare the U2 to the U1. Talk about feature comparisons as well as just take a look at the physical comparisons. So let's check that out. So I just want to show you the difference between the U1 and the U2. I have the U1 on the left, I have the U2 on the right. Now, the main difference between these is the shape and size, as well as the IR blaster. So you can see the U2, which I have on the right, is just a little bit slenderer and a little bit longer. So sits a little bit better in the hand. The U1 was fine, but this just has a little bit of a slenderer approach to it, but yet the keys are thicker. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but if you look from the side, these keys on the U2 are a little bit thicker than the ones on the U1, which makes them stand out a little bit more and makes them easier to distinguish even just by touch and feel. And so that is one of the significant differences. And you can see like the volume key on the one, not only is it slender, but it's connected, whereas on the two, the keys are a little bit thicker, a little bit raised, a little bit higher, and they are split. So that's kind of the difference there. On the one, you see the keys on there, on the numbers, how they kind of all run together, a little bit harder to distinguish them, and again, they're closer. With the U2, they're not only raised a little bit higher, but they're also completely separate. There's spaces between them, so a little bit easier just by feel to know the difference. So those are that's the physical difference there. And then the U2 being slightly more slender than the U1. Now the most significant difference is the IR blaster on the U2 is much stronger than the U1. It's approximately 10 to 15 feet more length of a signal than the U1. Now that somewhat depends on your receiver or what is receiving the IR blaster. With the U1, with most things from my sofa, it worked fine. With a couple of things, because they didn't have as strong of receivers, I would have to point it directly at it and make sure and it's really pointing right at it. Whereas with the U2, it has a stronger blaster. If I'm pointing in the general direction, it's great because it reaches much farther, which is excellent. So that's the most significant feature. That's the one that I was most excited about, was having that stronger IR blaster so that you know your signal is going to reach your device every time without any issue. The other difference is just the back on the panel. You can see the battery pack here and how it's you use the sides to lift up, and on this one it's a little bit more streamlined, and then you pull back just to get that off. So that's the difference. Otherwise, very, very similar. You can see up at the top, the U1 has the straight across. This has the two dots, and these are rubberized. So if you set this down on the end table, it won't slide around, which is great. But those are the differences between the U1 and the new and improved U2. So you can see very similar to the U1, which already was the universal remote I used the most, but with some simple upgrades as far as a little bit more slender, the keys are raised, so it just fits in the hand a little bit better. Most importantly, it has a much stronger IR blaster, so it's going to work across the room without any issues at all. That's how it compares. Really excellent universal remote, the U2. It's my favorite universal remote, definitely a product that I recommend. That's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in the product, share the video with them. All those ways are down there. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, favorite this playlist, so you can keep up with future product reviews. If you have any questions, post them down below. I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. That is going to be it until next time, so be safe and be happy.